The answer to that is the HIT system. I'm going to tell you what the HIT system is and how it will further advance the evolution of football helmets and player safety. According to Kevin Van Valkenburg in an article titled Game Changers Off the Playing Field, published in August of 2012, the HIT system stands for Head Impact Telemetry System. And what the HIT system is it puts 6 sensors inside a football helmet. Those sensors send real-time data wirelessly to computers on the sideline that are monitored by doctors. The data that it sends is it tells the computers that when the player was hit, where in the head they took the hit, and at what intensity the hit was. A typical concussion is about 100 Gs or 100 times the force of gravity. However, everyone is different. When a player receives a hit of 98 Gs or more, they are removed from the game or practice, and the team's trainer is paged to check the player out. The player is then evaluated for concussion-like symptoms, and then he's told if he can play or he has to sit out. It's almost impossible for the trainers and the coaches to see every single hit on the football field at one time. The HIT system allows that. The HIT system was invented by Stefan Duma, the engineering professor at Virginia Tech. The Virginia Tech football team has been using the HIT system since about 2003 and has recorded millions of hits on it. Other schools like Brown, Dartmouth, Oklahoma, and North Carolina also use the HIT system in their football programs. Several NFL teams have shown interest in the HIT system, however they've all backed out. Now you're probably wondering, why doesn't everyone use the HIT system? The first reason is cost. The helmets are made by Riddell and run from about $1,000 a piece. For a full program, that'd be about $50,000 to $70,000 a year in helmets. According to Robin Harris, Ivy League executive director, attended a conference recently and was quoted saying, "Manufacturers are working on helmet technology that would be less expensive." The other reason why people don't use the HIT system is because some people just don't want to know the real results. They don't want to know the intensity of the hits. They would rather play the game of football without these technology. In an article titled College Football Gets Shaped by Research, including possible head hit counts by John Solomon, published in January of 2013, Dartmouth did a study where they compared 214 hockey and football players compared to 45 non-contact athletes at the beginning and the end of their seasons. 22% of the football and hockey players scored significantly lower in the learning and memory tests compared to only 4% of the non-contact athletes. The tests at the beginning of their seasons, the data was not very different. This shows that the head impacts over repeated time over a season has negative effects on the brain. Now here I have several helmets laid out from about the 1930s to present. Surprisingly, there has been recent debate on whether these leather helmets are better than the plastic ones. The theory behind that is, think of your thumb as your brain and a hammer as just a hit. Put your thumb on a table and hit it with a hammer. That would signify a hit without any helmet at all. Now put a little pad over your thumb and hit it again with a hammer. That would signify the softness of the leather helmet that would absorb the blow. Now if you put a 2x4 over your thumb and hit it with a hammer, that would show the hard plastic helmets. This theory was proved wrong by the Journal of Neurosurgery, where they conducted a study in which they concluded saying the plastic helmets are much more effective and in fact reduce the concussion risk anywhere from 46 to 95%. Now I've told you about the HIT system and the evolution of football helmets. The next step in helmet technology is the HIT system. Over 60% of high school football athletes will have at least one concussion in their 4 years of playing. Now those are the reported hits of concussions. There's thousands of concussions that go unreported each year. Think of the thousands of kids that we can save from concussions by promoting the HIT system. Researchers say that it's almost impossible to eliminate concussions from such a violent game. However, what we can do is become more aware. When the awareness of head injuries go up, the number of head injuries go down. Now let's raise awareness